You know, this is a great song to start off with, talking about how I've been I've been playing Slap-a-mon with the GF a little bit. It's okay. I think I talked about it a bit already. But yeah, it is basically just kind of like Ark, but if they added Pokemon instead of dinosaurs. Like if you have Ark and then you replace the dinosaurs with a Pokemon skin, like an OC Pokemon skin, somebody just made their own Pokemans and then just like, you know, just threw it in, just put on the community tab on Steam and you could download it. That's basically what this game is, honestly. The sloppiest of mons. Yeah, basically. Femboy Maddie, thank you so much for the 12 months in a row, the 1 year, remaining a part of the frenzy, and being incredibly pog. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for that. But yeah, that's what's going on with the Slap-a-mon. It's all right. I would say if you really were thinking about whether or not you wanted to try it, I would say definitely you could try it 100%. It's not bad. I would not call it bad, really, but it's definitely you know, it has all the like janky, you know, poorly like put together, strange sort of like trappings that you could imagine almost every single like early access survival game that pops off as, like, you know, Rust went through it, Ark went through it. It's just basically like all of those, really, right now. Not crazy, not bad. The GF really enjoys it. She's been putting in like a lot of hours, and if you ever look at my Steam and you're like, you've been putting in a lot of hours too, I think I probably put in like 20 hours or something, maybe 16, 20 of my own hours, but most of it is just me having to load up the game because I run the server that she plays in, and so I just leave it running all the time, in like by like 800 by 800 lowest, locked at 30 FPS, lowest texture rendering, staring at the ground, so it like takes up as little, it probably takes up as much as much like resources on my computer as a single tab of Google Chrome. So no, that either means that Google Chrome takes up a lot or like this takes up a little, but I'll just let you understand that, and I'll just keep it pushing. So yeah. Also, in my spare time, I've been trying out Tekken 8. I've been trying out Iron Fist. Many people know it as Tekken 8. It's pretty cool. I've been enjoying it. How long do you think it will stay popular? Listen, when it comes to survival games, as long as you give people what you said that you were going to give them at the beginning, it can stay around for a while. I mean, there's a lot of people, there's you know, so many people that still play Ark Survival Evolved, right? And that went through so many ups and downs. I mean, like, Rust is still massive. It, like, even to this very day, I think it's still in the top 100 the top 100 games on Steam that have the most concurrent players, just generally. So and that game was just like, and when that game came out is just like, oh dude, your dick's out, oh dude, and then you like smash people over the head with rocks, you know. And that's just, and people like adore that game, and still to this very day. So as long as they just, and they got so much money, they have so much money, so as long as they just like keep up with what they've been doing with all the money that they've been given, then I think it could be popular for like 10 years time, honestly. I think it could be relatively popular for the next like 6 years, 6 maybe 10 years. I can see it. Very important question of Vosh rad or Vosh bad. Here's the thing, the real answer is both. The real answer is 100% both, you know. And there, you'll see people squabbling about it 24/7, but the real answer is that Vosh rad and bad. Are you the one running the server to keep her from being consumed by the slop? Yeah, I mean, like, as a boyfriend, that's your job, right? Stop your girlfriend from being consumed by slop. Slop consumption. flush a maid. That's mean. That's mean. Love this song. Yeah, it's a decent song. But anyways, how you all doing? Sorry I wasn't here earlier. I wanted to fix the aquarium, so I wanted to change out the filter that was in there with a hang on the back filter, and so I bought it. The only problem is, for one, it started spewing like carbon, like pieces of the activated carbon bit everywhere across the tank, and it was loud, and it didn't really fit in the tank that well because the thing that came down was just way too big for the back of that tank. It was just like it basically had every problem that I didn't want to have to deal with when it came to a aquarium. So I was just like, so after taking that out, taking the filter that I have in there out, and then like rearranging all like the stuff in the entire tank, I realized that it wouldn't fit, and so I had to take that out to also try not to spill water everywhere, and then put the normal filter back in, and I haven't even finished like cleaning up the whole thing. So yeah, that's what happened to me, unfortunately. Oh, but also the last thing that I wanted for my aquarium came in, and it's black worms. Okay, so they're these weird looking wacky little worms. Okay, they're just small black worms. They're kind of grody looking, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. But the reason why I have them is because my Corys, if you ever took a look on my page, at least on the bird app, and then you see these little guys, you know, this guy, this is one of my Corydoras. Okay, this is one of my Corys. So this little guy, he likes to eat worms. He likes what they do. They're a form of catfish. They like to put their snoot to the ground, and then they like dig in the sand looking for bugs and stuff that are under there. I wanted him to be able, like him and the rest of his crew, to be able to hunt for food just like normally, you know what I mean? So the plan was, over time, get some worms, breed the worms until I have a lot of worms, transplant the worms to the tank. Some of them will be gobbled, some of them will make their way into the soil, but the plan was then they'll breed in the tank and duplicate in the tank. Then these guys will actually be able to hunt for real, and they can feed themselves sometimes. That's the plan. That's the plan. Will it work? I'm not sure. I plan to just breed them as they are in their own little separate container until I think they're ready to go. Pull up a Goblin Day worm. Him for real. Infinite food glitch. Yes, actually, that's the plan. That's the plan. Yeah. Nice to see you all. Hope you all are doing well. Hope you all are doing well. Oh yeah, but like my adventure in Tekken. I don't know, I just I was like always wanted to get good at a fighting game. All the fighting games that I've tried have been cool, but none really like completely drew me in to making me like really want to invest a lot of time into them. I guess until Tekken came around. And everybody was like ranting and raving. And they were like, this is one of the best Tekkens to ever exist. I like Street Fighter 6. I love watching a lot of Street Fighter 6. But I don't know, it's just, I don't know, when I was playing it, I think the biggest thing was the like tutorial mode, okay? I think I may have should have just hopped into games and started playing. I do want to return to both Street Fighter 6 and what the fuck is that anime fighting game? What's the old anime fighting game with Soul Bad Guy in it? What's it called? Guilty Gear. I want to get back into those, but I never learned how to play fighting games. and Tekken 8 has the best tools to teach you how to play a fighting game out of all of the fighting games that I've ever played. And other people said that as well, that this is like the best that these tools have ever gotten. There's just so much stuff. I learned while I was training, okay, not only do they have like combos, and there's like a whole, basically like there's two story modes. Basically there's one story mode that's like the actual characters, like the normal sort of fighting game story mode, and then there's another story mode right under that story mode that's a mode made to just teach you how to play the game completely and understand characters as well. And then when you play matches, it then records your recent matches, and then you can play the matches back by watching them. And then when you get fucked up in the game, like when you get your ass beat, the game will pause the replay and then give you advice on what you did wrong and how to respond. And then you can like pause there and take over your character from the replay to then beat the heck out of the guy who beat your ass. I was like, that's so cool. I haven't played a real match against somebody yet. I've just been doing a lot of practice. But yeah, it was pretty amazing when I saw that. I was like, I think this is the game that could teach me how to play fighting games, probably. Are you still using the numpad control keyboard? Yeah, I'm still using my demon controls. I'm still using the keyboard. So on my, I have a full size keyboard. So on the numpad, I'm using 7 and 8 as 1 and 2, and 4 and 5 as 3 and 4. And I'm using WASD as the movement keys. 9 is my heat, right? And like I have a bunch of like other buttons. I forgot all of my buttons exactly for right now, but yeah. Yeah, so if I want to do like, up forward 2, it'd be WD and 8 on my keyboard. They said he was crazy for this, but look at him now. It is true. They said I was crazy for this. They said I was crazy for rocking the demon controls. Also, J Spoon, thanks so much for the tier 1, joining the frenzy and being incredibly pog. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. So yeah. It's really cool stuff. It's really cool stuff. They'll like teach you. They'll be like, hey, you didn't do that. Well, you got hit here. You could have done something else. Or if it reads that you could have done a better combo than the combo that you did. It's not just only when you're getting beat, it's when you're not beating the other guy as efficiently as you could have been. So if you do a combo and it's less damage than another combo that they have like just like stocked up already, then it will show you what it can do. You redeemed the Steam game I gifted a bit ago, right? I believe so, yeah. I believe so, yeah. Listen to Final Fantasy. No, I don't have the time. I can't sink that type of time into like Final Fantasy. Do you like Smash Bros? I also have Smash Bros, but I don't know, it just didn't really click with me that much either. I wanted to get good at Smash Bros. It seemed fun, but the more I played it, the more I was like, what the hell am I doing? And then you go, what the hell am I doing, long enough to where you just kind of go, I'm sick of like not really knowing what I'm doing. And then yeah, I could go to like a YouTube channel and look it up, but I don't know, it's just something about having all the stuff there in the game. Basically the game has like an AI coach that'll tell you everything good that you could possibly do in the game already. It's just really cool. It's really cool. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty sick. Also, you can do things like in practice mode, you can record a couple of moves. Like I think other games have this. You can record moves and then put them into a bot and then have the bot do the moves. But you can also have the bot switch around the moves and do like a sort of like percentage probability. So if you have trouble with one character doing a couple moves that you need to learn to react to, you can have the game help teach you how to react to those moves by being like, oh, there's like Dragonov, and I have trouble. I'm just making up a move here. I have trouble with his down forward 4. You know, I'm having trouble with his down forward 4 attack. So I'm gonna input down forward 4 and like his like up 1 whatever, and then his like back 2, and then have those moves. But then have like the move I have the most trouble with being able to read as like the least probability, and then it'll randomly roll a move for him to do at different frequencies that you can change, so you can teach yourself to react and block that move, so you can understand what it looks like. It's pretty cool. It's super cool. Help me, a friend got me addicted to Final Fantasy 14. You have to delete it off your computer immediately. You have to delete it immediately. I saw someone hotel in Tekken. Oh yeah, also like the customization of your, you can customize any character that you want in the game somehow. I'm not sure necessarily how, but apparently you can. So apparently you could do that. I've been seeing everything from Adolf Hitler to Andrew Tate. I said Hitler twice. Adolf Hitler to yeah, there was a Hitler, yeah, to oh yeah, there was Gojo. Somebody made Gojo in the game. They made every single Jujutsu Kaisen character in the game. Why don't you customize? I haven't tried it yet. I'm just I think I want to main Lily, so I've just been rolling around with Lily as of late. I've just been practicing Lily, just like I do. How good are you at reading and distancing? No clue. I haven't tried it. I haven't played a normal game yet. I've actually only been in training. I've been playing the game for 3 days now, and I've just been in training. I was practicing, like, there's 10 combos. There's like a combo challenge that you do, and the combos that they want you to repeat just progressively keep getting harder. So I've just been doing that every single day. I put in like 30 minutes and I do the combo challenges for as long as I can. And then every day I have to start from the beginning and do all of the combo challenges over again until I reach the one that I want to do today, and get it. I want to get at least one done. If I'm you know, if I have more time and I get it quicker, then I'll do like 2 or 3. But yeah, and then the next day I just start over and then do them all again until I can do them almost perfectly. And now I'm going through like the little tutorial in the game where you fight bots and stuff, and it teaches you things. And they're like bots made to have like to have habits, so you can learn how to read habits and stuff. So yeah, that's just what I've been up to when it comes to playing Iron Fist 8. The vibes don't feel right. I don't know anything about JJK, but whenever I see a cool character and look them up, they're dead. Ooh. My favorite cool character will never really die. His name is Yuji Itadori. I love that guy. Honestly, one of my favorite guys. Yo, did you see this guy knock this fucking 4-year-old? Did you see this? Oh, it's crazy. It dude's out of his mind, man. I've never seen someone say fuck them kids like this before in my life. And the way he just collapses. This guy's a menace to society. Holy crap. Died 1945. Discovered February 2024. Welcome back, Adolf Hitler. Destroy the child. Yeah, 100%. The little snail in his ear was telling him to knock the fuck out of that kid. Yeah, so he So he walks up, goosh, punches the kid in the head, and then obviously everybody's like, what the heck's wrong with you, man? Why'd he fall over like that? I'm good. This is kind of crazy how he just punches the kid, and then somebody pushes him and he collapses to the ground. Actually, the kid took a harder hit than he did. And yeah, apparently he did this because he said he thought the kid was a mannequin. 55-year-old man under the influence of alcohol attacks a 4-year-old boy in a store, mistaking him for a mannequin, he says. The incident occurred when the man, not realizing the child was real, punches him in the face. The child's father intervened. The assailant was quickly apprehended by police. With the help of store security footage, the child was examined by a doctor and found to not have sustained any serious injuries. Genuinely wild. Genuinely crazy. Just bops the little kid. How sway? He's like, ooh. My thing is like, attacks, it was just a shove. No, this was not just a shove. He punches the kid in the head. Like, that's not a shove. This is not a shove. This is no shove that I've ever seen, bro. Like, he bopped him in the head. Yeah, this is not a that's not a shove. There's no shove I've ever seen. Boozing and bruising. Yeah, guy's actually crazy. My thing is like, you just do that to any child mannequin that you see. Like this guy would walk into Gap. You know how they have like the mannequins, like when you walk into like one of those clothing stores, like American Eagle or Gap or something. This guy's first thing is to just like fucking like uppercut the child mannequin just for fun. I see him, I kill him. Mannequin was looking for it. He was cruising for a bruising, if you think about it. If I owned a mannequin, I'd heck it up, but that's only if I own it. That's true, because if you break it or buy it, if you break it, you buy it. And I'm not gonna lie to you, those things are probably like $600 each. If I was to guess, those like clothes store mannequins are probably more expensive than you think. Because everything is usually more expensive than you think. Mannequin when I lie in court. I'm not gonna lie to you, if he was drunk enough, he definitely would have. He 100%, I believe him. If he was drunk enough, I believe him. I believe him if he was drunk enough. Because at that point, he'd be just like me, for real. I mean, I do love punching people. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's me for real. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, that's me. Anyways, Tekken is cool. I think I've been, what I wanted to do was actually, you know, spend some time and I've been recording some of my practice, not all of it, but like some of my practice recently. And I think yeah, I think, can you imagine if it would be cool? I plan on streaming it someday, especially when I'm better. Like, I'm like, guys, take a look at this. I'm actually kind of okay at this Tekken game. And I start doing some crazy strings on somebody. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. I'm not good enough right now. Nowhere near good enough right now. I'm kind of giga ass right now. I'm getting bought by the level 1 bots right now, so Hopefully sometime. Full body mannequins like $60 to $80. Yeah, that's a lot of money. Still less expensive than like a full AAA game these days. Am I right, chat? Hey! Oh man, so true. Anyways. I was thinking about watching this video. It was by DW News. The biggest electoral year in history. Will democracy survive in 2024? Basically, they go through every single really important election cycle that's going to be happening across the world. Because like this year, like a lot of countries are voting and on like a really important, you know, state leader in one way or another. What was the first fighting game you played? Because I actually started with Tekken. The first fighting game that I played, probably Bloody Roar 3 for like the PS2 back way back when I was younger. It was probably Bloody Roar 3. I like to play as the beetle guy because he looked like a cool beetle. Oh, it was either that or it was War of the Monsters. It might have been War of the Monsters. War of the Monsters went so crazy. It went so insane. It was one of those two. I have no clue. I don't remember which one exactly, but it was one of those two because we had both of those games back when I was younger. Both on PS2 and both great. BBL mannequin, $300. Can you imagine if they made a BBL mannequin and it was more expensive? Anyways, maybe I'll watch this. Oh, you know what I want to start with? You know what I kind of want to start with? Wait, or is this? Wait, let me scroll through everything that, oh my Lord, I have so many fucking tabs open. I have so many goddamn tabs open, man. What the hell? Why do I have so many tabs open, man? Let me close this. What are you? Oh yeah, did you see that? Like, I think I want to cover this in a little while. I don't think I want to cover this today, but did you see that like the AP did a whole deep dive over the course of a year or something, and found out that a bunch of companies get a lot of their products from slave labor in prisons. So yeah, like all these companies, Hillshire Farms, Kroger, Domino, Aldi, McDonald's, Costco, Pepsi, Cheerios, Polio. Oh man, dude. Cargill, Kellogg's, Rice Krispies specifically, Target, Sam's Club. Apparently all these people are using, all these companies are using slave labor to put products on the shelves. Aldi, what the hell? Yeah, even Aldi. All these companies are genuinely using slave labor and still can't afford to not increase prices the way that they are. Basically every company, yeah. Yeah, dude. Shit's wild. Full on slave labor. I think this plays. Here, let me see. Yeah, look at this. This is what the slave camps that make your chicken nuggets look like, man. Look at this, dude. They have people actually working on plantations. Anyways, I want to cover that sometime, but probably maybe not maybe not today, not at the moment at least. There's other stuff I want to talk about. Other stuff I want to go over. Yeah, okay. Yo, did you guys see this? So you know that we have a homelessness problem here in the United States. We have a homelessness crisis, as I would like to personally call it. How we have almost 1 million people living on the streets in this country just alone, and we just basically don't do a lot about it. We don't care about it that much. And even in places like California, they push homeless people into the actual desert. And here in Kentucky at the moment, they're trying to pass a bill that makes it possible for you to just get a homeless person that you see sleeping in their car in Walmart, because they're just not supposed to be there, so they might as well be dead. That's just how conservatives think, apparently. With that being said, homeless people beset on all sides decide to go subterranean. I'm not joking. It's right. They found homeless people living in dugout caves in random communities. They've just gone to make their own societies under the crust of the earth. Ones where money don't matter. It's really interesting. Let's take a look at this. Hidden homeless caves tucked along the Tuolumne, is that how I pronounce that? I want to make sure. Tuolumne River were cleared out by volunteer groups and in the Modesto Police Department over the weekend. Oh, that's kind of fucked up. Like, they finally get a home, and the first thing that you do is kick them out of their cave. Cave people, IRL mole people. Yeah, basically. Volunteer groups, that's wild. Yeah, like, can you imagine volunteering to kick a homeless person out of a cave? Let them live? Yeah, you don't want to give them a home, so now what? You don't want to give them a home. You shoot them if they sleep on the street. So they have to do something, man. Maybe if they had the millionaire mindset, honestly. Volunteers from Operation 9299 and the Tuolumne River Trust partnered with Modesto Police Department and cleared out 7,600 pounds of trash. And they also had 2 truckloads and a trailer of garbage that were removed from the area. The caves were located across the street from Crater Avenue and about 20 feet below the street level, accessible via makeshift stairs built into the hillside. These are basically stairs they made to go up and down to the dwelling. Tracy Rojas, who lives near the cave who lives near the cave campus. Sorry, he lives near the cave camps. Cave camps. Yo, look at that. This is what we make people do in this country, man. Rojas took CBS 13 on the treacherous walk to see these craters near the homes that she has lived in for nearly 30 years on Crater Avenue. If one of these were to collapse, it would be devastating, she said. This whole thing would come down and go into the water. One of the caves that Rojas took CBS 13 into was fully furnished with what she said was beddings, belongings, food, and things on a makeshift mantle, drugs and weapons. Listen, you gotta protect yourself somehow out there. Now, here's the thing. I've been making fun of them, making them get out of the cave. But let's be honest with ourselves. I don't know if this is really actually safer. It is an option. Being sheltered and have something above your head is usually better than not. But is it really better if the thing that's like above your head could actually collapse at any point in time, killing and drowning you and everybody else in the cave? Because she is right. Just one problem, like a little too much rain or something, over time erosion could actually just kill everybody in the cave. We're not sure if it has proper ventilation, and we're not sure if there are actually the homeless shelters nearby that could possibly take them in, but it is pretty dangerous to have them in the caves. That being said, they do need an actual place to be. They do need a real place to be. Here are the tunnels. We're the tunnel snakes, and we rule. That's someone's entire life in that corner. That's true. It's probably like everything that one person owns just sitting in this corner, or everything that they have to themselves in this corner. We had a hard time figuring out how they got so much stuff in down there. Or they just took it. What are you talking about? Maybe if you had the tunnel mindset, you would have been able to understand. This is like people saying, I can't believe that they were able to build the pyramids. What are you talking about? Just like how they built Rome. One brick at a time. One brick at a time, people. Honestly, it's kind of inspiring. They carried it, dumbass. Yeah, what do you mean? They carried it, fool. Considering how hard it is to get up the hill and out. Gupta was one of the volunteers who was hauling out everything that was in the caves. He said they found 8 caves in total, but this wasn't the group's first time down there. You know, if libraries in their area haven't been shut down, what they need to do is then read up how like the Viet Cong were able to hide their caves, and then they need to do the salty run back, and then try to get their caves to be more hidden this time, you know? So the trapdoor spider technique, just something, because you can't allow the homeful people to be taking your caves like this. Isn't California known for massive earthquakes? Yeah, California is like pretty bad, pretty notorious when it comes to their earthquakes. They are sitting directly on a tectonic plate. Modesto doesn't even know what a library is, dog. It's so over, dude. In November 2022, CBS 13 took a tour of the cleared out caves in what is this? I've never seen this word in my life. Stanislaus. Where the fuck is this? Wait a second. Oh, this is California. I was like, why do these names sound like this? This has to be like California, right? Okay, yeah. Near Modesto. I don't know what the fuck a Modesto is. I'm sorry. I've never heard of Modesto in my entire life. It's Central Valley, California. Okay. All right. So these are Californian cave homeless people. Honestly, this makes a lot of sense that you would have to, in California of all places where homeless people have had to start to make caves. I'm telling you, like, it's either the cave or the desert. You pick. This is the choice that the Californians give homeless people, the cave or the desert. And then they get mad at them when they pick cave. What the fuck? I never saw any of these people going, this is Cave Volume 2. All right, so this is Cave Series 2. That's more elaborate than the next. Can you imagine the next time that they find the caves is a whole like cathedral? Like it looks crazy. It looks like an underground airport or something. That'd be wild. You can see the hooks on the wall where they had bottles to hang stuff. Bottles and stuff hanging down, Rojas said. I think there needs to be more of an emphasis on homelessness, on the homeless. There's a point where you can see they are desperate. Oh yeah, guys, I finally know that homeless people are desperate. All it took was me finding out that they have started to build caves under streets. And oh my, I finally get it now. I finally get it now. Who could have seen this coming? CBS 13 asked Modesto police and the city what was being done to prevent homeless people, to prevent people from coming back to the cave camp. The spokesman said they will continue to monitor the area and connect homeless residents to services. Police worked with members of its HEART team, oh no, park rangers, chat, and abandonment personnel to notify the police, staying People are staying in caves and homeless camps about the upcoming cleanup operation before they cleared out everything. They also gave them services to assist them during the transition. It's already proven that people will dig these out, so I don't think filling them in with any material would work. Oh my gosh, homeless people are too strong. They're scared of what they're gonna come back and do. They're like, they've already dug them out. If we fill it in, they'll just dig it out again. His service was a bag of chips and a pat on the back. Yeah, I hope they connected them with actually good services, and I hope they gave them their stuff back. Because just like kicking them out and stealing their stuff again, so not only are they homeless again, but now they're even more poor than before you found them. That doesn't seem good to me. But this is Californians. Just so you know, in 2015, I think it was, what was it, 2013, 2015, California voted against like gay marriage. Like, always think that your average Californian voter is worse than you imagine. If you think like a Californian voter will like think a good thing, imagine them thinking the worst thing possible. And then you're probably more right than you actually are. There's something about like the Californian mind that makes you kind of I hate to say it, kind of a bad person. There's something about it, dude. People expect like Californians and California voters to be like a little better. They're not. Your average California voter is kind of insane. Yeah, it's something about the Californian skull shape that's quite scary. I expect nothing less from California. On Wednesday, CBS 13 was back out along the riverbanks. Crew put up makeshift fencing and cautionary tape around the area. Erosion, rising waters washing the belongings into the river, and contamination are all concerns. It's a hazard not only for the people who are living there, but the people who are waking up there. The caves may be cleared for now, but nobody near the river is feeling, but the neighborhood near the river is feeling no real sense of peace from this problem. It's a safety hazard for them and the community, Rojas said. The area is a city property. Guptill, what, these names are crazy, man. Guptill said that when flooding happens, it spills into the other side of the river, not the side where the caves are located. So you're telling me that they planned the cave specifically to not flood? Oh, so you're telling me that they had better engineering than your average Californian civil engineer? Interesting. That's interesting, isn't it? Those crazy California names, right? This particular area has been plagued with vagrancy and illegal camps. Plagued with illegal camps. How about California is actually plagued with not caring about their homeless population that they created? That's what I think the real plague is, if I'm going to be honest with you. Wait, let me see. You think I can get a you think I can get a video on these? What do you think? Oh, there was an update. Okay. I think there's an update. Wait, let me see. Yeah, wait, no. We do got a video, chat. We got a video of what the caves look like. Let's take a look.
A group of volunteers in Modesto stumbled upon these underground structures while doing a cleanup this weekend.
Yeah, check them out. So CBS 13's Tori Abadakas is in Modesto with a closer look inside the caves. They're causing some big-time concerns.
I've covered a lot of homeless stories in the past, but I've never seen such elaborate infrastructure for encampments. It starts with these makeshift steps that lead about 20 feet down below to where these caves are hidden. You can't even see them from up above, and that's likely why they went undetected for so long.
So not bothering anybody, actually vibing. uncaring about their homelessness population so bad they go searching for them. It's not even out of sight, out of mind. Maybe it's like they can't even exist anymore. Who snitched? Apparently these people cleaning up the riverbank or whatever. Honestly, this is the real reason why they stopped. Why they stopped them, because there's like a suburb around here. They're like, we can't have filthy poor people around here. We have to do something about them.
Hidden homeless caves tucked along the Tuolumne River in Modesto.
These are basically stairs that they made to get down to the dwelling.
Tracy Rojas took us on the treacherous walk to see the craters created near Crater Avenue.
And if one of these were to collapse, it would be devastating. This whole side would come down and into the water. 7,600
pounds of trash. That's how much was cleared out by volunteer groups and police over the weekend.
You know what I'm kind of thinking about now? I hope they're not calling people's like possessions trash. You know, their personal property that they have, like anything else that they have in there that was left after they forced them out of the cave. I hope they're just not calling everything that they had in there trash. I hope they gave them their stuff back. They absolutely are. They probably are, unfortunately.
So this was fully furnished?
Yes, there was bedding, there was little things up on the mantle, lack of a better word, mantle, food items, drugs, guns.
We had a hard time figuring out how they got so much stuff down in there, considering how hard it was. It's always harder to get it up the hill and get it out.
Chris Guptill was one of these volunteers who says they found 8 caves in total, but it wasn't the group's first time down here.
And we really don't have a known solution to deal with it.
In November 20...
Affordable housing? Free housing, even? We don't have a known solution to deal with the homelessness crisis. What are you talking about, man? How do other countries do it? Magic? Is it the aliens that helped them? Maybe it was aliens. It's possible. It was possibly aliens that did it. No human could ever think of a way to stop this. Okay, but he'd have to live near the stinky poor? It's very possible. I'm being mean to this guy. He could be a good person. Who knows?
2022, CBS 13 took a tour of the cleared out caves. Nowhere near as elaborate as they are now.
You can see the hooks on the wall.
The hooks?
Where they had bottles and things like that hanging down.
Painted pictures and even a makeshift fireplace. This was someone's home.
What do you think needs to be done to stop this from happening?
Well, I think we need more emphasis on the homeless. I mean, they're at the point where you can see, Tori, that they're desperate.
We asked Modesto police and the city what's being done to prevent people from coming back to cave camp. The response, they will continue to monitor the area and connect the homeless to services.
It was already been proven that people are willing to dig those things out, so I don't think filling them back in with any material would work.
The caves cleared for now, but the neighborhood near the river feeling no real sense of peace in this problem.
It's a hazard for not only the homeless who live in there, but the people who are walking up here.
Erosion, rising waters washing the belongings into the river, and contamination are all concerns. Rojas says that park rangers are...
Yeah, everything is being done except for actually helping these people. Ain't doing shit. They're just gonna do... There's probably like a crazy cave network somewhere. There's a crazy cave network somewhere. You know what's... Oh, man. I don't know. Because I was like, it's gonna take like a lot of homeless people dying for them to do something, but I'm not sure if your average Californian cares about homeless people dying. If I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot of them like hunting homeless people too. Remember that app? It was called the Citizen app, where the guy who was running the app, there was this like startup venture capitalist guy who spent millions to be able to start the Citizen app, and people were like, I love this, it's great, where you can be like a citizen crime vigilante. and go like hunt down crime yourself and report it to other people. He put like a bounty out on a homeless guy that he thought started a fire that was burning down trees near his home, and so he put out a personal bounty of his own money that kept getting that upped and upped and upped the longer that people weren't finding this guy until it reached like a couple $100,000, and then the police actually found him instead of like the people who were hunting for him, and realized that he didn't start the fire because he was on the other side of town from where the fire was the entire time, like sleeping somewhere. And it's just it's absolutely crazy what they're doing to these people. Just like Batman. You're right. Only Batman actually does help homeless people, and this guy doesn't. That's just murder waiting to happen. Are you the only one to cover one of these apps? No. On YouTube? No. In this space? I think so. I don't think anybody else had talked about that before. It was genuinely, I don't know, it was so wild to me. Like the app telling people to go out and hunt criminals like Pokemon and go catch them. Genuinely crazy stuff. Homeless people living in elaborate camp caves now. Cave camp. Man, if like homelessness wasn't a problem, the idea of a cave camp sounds so badass. Just in your spare time, you and the boys just dig out a massive like underground cathedral. Holy, it goes so crazy. Little mime craft. Do you guys ever dig holes when you were younger? We got any hole diggers in chat? We got any diggers in chat right now? It's me. There's something about a hole that's just so fun. Me and the boys moving dirt and shit. We creating caverns under the crust of the earth and shit. You're right. You so right. Honestly, I've never been more right. Chilling in the abandoned quarry. I visited caves and beaches before. I visited caves and beaches before and been homeless, but never. That's way much, man. Okay. Well, I'm glad you didn't. Glad you didn't have to live in a cave or something. At least I hope you're all right. I hope you're all good. This shit ain't nothing to me, man. I'm building riverside cave homes. This shit ain't nothing to me, man. This is me, if you even care. So true. Molman. It's homeless now? Yep, thanks. I'm glad. Much love. Oh, you know what I wanted to check out? Did you see that Nikki Haley went on to the Breakfast Club podcast and talked to them for like an hour? Vince McMahon from WWE? Yes. Yes. Human trafficking McMahon. He was on his real Andrew Tate hours. We just got here. What are we discussing? Anything and everything. It literally changes every couple minutes, so don't stress it. You'll miss things. It's okay. Vince Racist McMahon. Yeah, that was his nickname. I avoided looking at the details of this yet. I wanted to see it, okay? I'm black, so that means I have an obligation to watch The Breakfast Club. So I wanted to see what was going on here, okay? I'm not a fan of the of the Charlemagne the God guy, or basically anybody else on this pod, but a lot of people like it and think it's interesting. I heard that this interview was not very good. And then Nikki Haley said some wacky stuff. So I wanted to just check it out really quick, just see what's going on. Rite of passage for us black folk. So true. Any hard questions? Probably. I mean, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. This is after she made her weird slavery comment. So whether or not they ask her about that, I'm not sure. But we will find out. Nikki Haley unpacks America's racist roots, abortion, immigration, and her plans to save the country.
Wake that ass up in the morning. The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV Charlemagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
Republican presidential candidate.
He's not black. That guy's white as hell. They let white people on this show? Is that true? I didn't know that. He might be mixed. Who knows?
Former governor of South Carolina.
Nikki Haley.
That's right.
Welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
How are you?
All is good. I can't complain. Listen, South Carolina's still proud of you. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I read recently that you got swatted twice since the end of December.
Mm-hmm.
They were targeting high-profile politicians.
Yeah, and you know the hard part about that is I wasn't home, but we take care of my parents.
Yeah.
They're 87 and 90. And when you have 25 people show up with guns drawn,
Jesus,
to them, like, what's happened to our country? Come on. I mean, we can't keep living like this. It's not normal. It's not healthy. There's nothing good about what's happening right now in the country. And look, we have a chance to change that.
I wouldn't say nothing good. You know, you're losing. So that's pretty all right, if I'm going to be honest with you. And on top of that, did you guys see? So Nancy Pelosi got swatted. I think Adam Schiff got swatted, like a House member. She got swatted. I think Bober got swatted. This is the great swatting, okay? Marjorie Taylor Greene got swatted. And if you didn't know, I think the last swatting event that I saw was actually Joe Biden getting swatted. The White House got swatted. Joe Biden got swatted too. Yeah, it's true. They called in like there was like a bomb threat or something on the White House, and the police showed up to the White House, 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Hey boss, you sure this is the place? Yeah, go fucking go in. Go.
This meme is very real.
How the fuck do you swat the White House? I'm telling you, these guys are good. They're good. I don't know how they did it, but they're good. Yes, it happened. The White House got swatted recently. If Joseph R. Biden Jr. can get swatted, anybody can. Be on your toes.
That's what I'm trying to do.
They didn't kick down the door or anything like that, or did they?
They saw my parents through the window. They told them to put their hands up.
Jesus.
They came through the door, and I mean, immediately, like my parents had their hands up, and they came in and separated them, talked to them. I mean, it was a traumatic situation, but twice. Wow. The second time they didn't come in because it had happened once before, so they were more cautious. The first time it was full on.
They didn't know it was your house? South Carolina. It's like
they didn't know.
Wow. How did it make you feel?
Bro, cops don't know nothing, man.
The reason I'm doing this, I don't want my kids.
Do you think they felt the same way when it came to the White House? They're like, that looks like a pretty big house. Have you seen this one before? Nah, man, go in. We gotta get him. It could be anybody in there, so stay on your toes.
Live like this. I know we're better than this. I grew up in a small rural town, and we took care of each other. It was neighbors taking care of neighbors. And there was just something simple about it. And there was just something that was that was good. You genuinely wanted to take care of people. And we've lost that. I mean, right now you see hatred, you see division, you see anger.
I'm gonna be so real. She probably would have gotten swatted if the internet was around in her little town too.
It was exacerbated after COVID, but it's all the more reason why we need to go back and say, wait a minute, stop taking all this so.
Mellow Cello, thank you so much with the tier 3 crazy subscription. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you for the tier 3, remaining a part of the frenzy and being incredibly pog. I appreciate you. Holy crap, thank you. Yo, favorite emote out for our friend of the stream, Mellow Cello, with a tier 3. Goodness. She seems out of place here. Don't worry, she is. Well, actually, I don't know. She's from South Carolina. She loves the blacks. She's been around black people for quite some time now, so maybe she's not. She's a down home country girl. She's been around black people maybe longer than you've been alive.
Personally, this isn't personal. This is just about getting our country back on track.
Swatting is personal, though. If I call somebody's house, if I say, hey, this is going down at this house, that was personal.
Well, I mean, it's personal from a political perspective. Yeah, I mean, that's what it's a blood sport to run for office these days. But yeah, I mean, it is. But it goes
I wouldn't
to show
say
why,
these
and
days.
it's why I'm so determined.
I wouldn't say these days. I'm telling you, presidents have been like not fearing getting killed for a while. Like ever since JFK, like presidents haven't really been getting killed that much. There haven't been that many actual like, you know, attempts on presidents' lives. So she's, you know, I'm just saying. I'm not saying we need to bring it back,
I know
but
America's better than this.
But do you lose the love for it, right? You just told us some of the reasons why you want to do this, right? And then you talk about some of the sides that are against that, right? You want to do it because you said you want to help people. You want to be the person that, you know, what you grew up on and what you wanted to see. But then you talk about them swatting your house, which is making your life miserable and your parents' life. And your parents could have had a heart attack, you know? Then you talk about Donald Trump attacking you the way that he's attacking you. I mean, they dive into your personal life. They dive into an alleged affair. They dive into anything that you've ever done.
Just an alleged affair? Is that true?
Your life. And it's, when does it get to the point you be like, excuse me, part of my friends, but fuck this. I don't want to do this anymore.
Well, I mean, it's all lies.
Chill.
But what they don't realize is politics is the art of distraction. The more they do that, the more motivated I get, because it's everything that's wrong with politics. It's everything that's wrong in this country that we have to clean up. So I do this. I'll take the pain. I'll take whatever it is. I'm a tough girl. I can handle it. Politics is not personal for me. This is about the fact that we can't be okay with our country like this. We can't be okay with two 80-year-olds running for president. We can't be okay with the fact that, look, the 75% of Americans are saying they don't want a Trump-Biden rematch. The majority of Americans disapprove of Trump and disapprove of Biden.
It's me.
You know, both these fellas put us trillions of dollars in debt that our kids are never going to forgive them for. At what point do we not say, you know what, maybe we need to go with a new generational leader? These older guys don't want to let go of the power. That's what this has always been. But the problem is, look at what happened after the New Hampshire election. So we got...
What the heck is this? These older guys don't want to have to let go of the power? How old is she? How old are you? What are you, like 60? What are you talking about? You're like just 20 years younger than those other guys? These older guys don't want to let go of the power. What are you talking about? You're one of them. You're older too. What are you talking about? This is crazy. She's like, well, I'm not as old as Trump and Biden. All right. I don't care how old you are. I wouldn't want her. I don't want her as president either. 100 still want Biden's corpse over her being in office personally.
43%. We started with 14 candidates in the race. You know, one by one, we got rid of the fellas, right? So then it's me and Trump going in. I started with 2% in Iowa. I ended up with 20%. We go to New Hampshire, we get 43%. Now, the way to look at that is Trump, as an incumbent, didn't get 43%. He's so upset, he throws a temper tantrum on stage and talks about revenge. Then the next day, he says anybody that supports Nikki Haley is not going to be part of MAGA. If you're running for president, this is a story of addition. You should want everybody. You shouldn't push anybody away. And so, you know, we had fun. We've always had fun with it. So we did these barred permanently T-shirts. We sold 15,000 T-shirts. Then the next day he goes and pushes the Republican Party to say that he's the nominee to get me out. We don't do coronations in this country. 2 states have voted. You need 1,215 delegates. He has 32. I have 17. This is far from over. We're not giving up. And this is everything that's wrong. The chaos
it is
of all
pretty
this
over.
is
I'm gonna be
everything
honest.
that's wrong in our country. And you look, we lost 5 amazing souls, 3 soldiers in Iraq and Syria, and then you've got the 2 Navy SEALs. And this is what we're doing?
What do you think the response to that should be?
Well, I think, first of all, look at how we got here. This would never have happened if Biden wouldn't have fallen all over himself to get back in the Iran deal. When he lifted the sanctions, you sent billions of dollars to Iran's proxies, Hamas, Houthis, and Hezbollah. And what do? They don't take care of their people. They go and they say death to America. Then my husband's deployed right now. We expect America to take care of our men and women when they're overseas. He didn't do something after the first strike. He didn't do something after the second strike. 165 strikes, dozens of people injured with brain injuries. And you're waiting for people to die to do something? That's not what you do. What we should do is put the sanctions back on immediately. The second thing is go take out the operations where they're sending these drones and missiles from in Iraq and Syria. And then thirdly, go after the military commanders making these decisions. Take out one or two of those IRGC members. That's what will get their attention. You don't have to go bomb Iran. This is not about hitting hard. It's about hitting smart. That's
bombing Iran. She's like, we shouldn't bomb her. She's like, wait, does anybody have that clip from Laura Ingraham on Fox News? Or was it Judge Jeanine Pirro who was like, bomb them again, and again. It's just like, that's the conservative thought plan when it comes to any geopolitical thing that's not going their direction. Just bomb them. Just keep bombing them. Listen, I'm telling you, after 20 years of bombs in the Middle East, all we need is one more year of bombing, and I'm telling you, man, it's gonna work out. We just need a couple more bombs and things are gonna be fine. Just a few more bombs, and I'm telling you, we're this close. We're this close to finally having peace in the Middle East. Only a couple more bombs, dude. I promise. Only a couple more bombs. Please. Yeah, foreign affairs hate this one weird trick. Hellfire missile. Yeah. Listen, nobody has the appetite to get into another war in the Middle East. People already don't really like that we're in a war, that we're basically in a war with we're basically in a war in the Middle East right now when it comes to Israel and Hamas, but also now we're bombing Yemen, and now you want to bomb Syria, and you want to bomb Iran and maybe Iraq as well. Yes, and like kind of in a war with like Russia too. Like what do you want? How many more bombings do you think is going to fix this problem? Because I don't think any.
That's what we need to do.
You know, you mentioned the numbers in New Hampshire and the numbers in Iowa. And it's clear to me that when you look at those numbers, Republicans are looking for something different. A lot of Republicans are looking for something different. So why are conservatives willing to just turn the Republican
Party?
Party
40%.
Over
30%.
You know, I think that I voted for Trump twice. I was proud to serve America in his administration. I think people see that he never got an ounce of credit or a moment's peace. And they see him in these fights and they think that they need to show him thank you by being with him. But if you look at that, the speech after New Hampshire, or even the court cases and all that, he never talks about the American people. He never talks about what we're going to do to get this wasteful spending out of the way and get our economy back on track. He never talks about how we're going to get our kids reading again and go back to the basics in education. He never talks about securing the border unless he's saying stop it because I don't want it to happen until the election. I mean, he never talks about law and order in this country. He doesn't talk.
The hell? Yeah, like, what is she? What's she yapping about? Watch too much Breakfast Club. What is she yapping about? This is crazy. Shark? Wait, what? What happened? Oh, I got clapped on YouTube? Really? Oh, really? They got him. We've been got. To a view channel. Have we been got? Stream suspended. Wild. All right. Here, we're gonna do a little restart.